Alright, so today I'm going to be responding to a video made by Pyrerealm Gaming. Now this isn't to hate on him or to cause drama, because I'm sure that all he wanted to do was to spark up some conversation with this video, and oh boy did he spark some conversation. So the premise of his video is, Red Dead's story is shit, the gameplay is shit, you ride horses and shoot guns in this game, and the online portion is shit. And look, I would not respond if there was like bips and bobs that I don't agree with, because you know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion really, but this one, I gotta talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go over the video and have a chat.
No, we're going to be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 and only RDR2. And for those who remember that time where I made a video about RDR2 and ended up just...
Not only did I find it extremely painful to listen to Sid from Toy Story with a fucking beard chewing, I also found it extremely painful to watch.
Yeah, I didn't really get my point across properly.
Yeah, I kind of think you missed the boat on this one as well, Chief. But that video he's talking about, I believe, is deleted since, and even if it isn't deleted, I'm not gonna dig it back up, because, well, that video did not make a whole lot of sense back then, and it's kind of old news by this point, so let's just focus on this thing right now, because there's a lot to take in.
To be honest, I didn't really think that the story was as bad as a lot of people say it is.
The story is as bad as a lot of people say it is? The story is as bad as a lot of people say it is? Pyrerealm, who the fuck is a lot of people? Where have you been reading that people are hating on Red Dead story? Like, for real, just Google Red Dead Redemption 2 review, find me one review that says, well, the story is fucking shite. Like, ask anyone's opinion on Red Dead 2, and they'll say that the story is one of the biggest and most grand emotional roller coasters they've been on in gaming history. Who the fuck is the damn halfwit you've been talking to that says it's bad? Like, what the flying fuck?
To sum up the story really quickly, basically, you make camp, do a bunch of stuff, something happens, someone dies, you gotta move. You get the gist of it halfway through the story, and it's annoying.
Okay, Pyrerealm, you know what I think is going on with the story isn't as bad as some people think it is, verdict you threw out earlier. I think it's just a shield for you to say that you think the story isn't as good as some people say it is. You are clearly not impressed by the story, and that is okay. And by throwing in the old story isn't as bad as some people say it is bullcrap, you thought you had a free pass to critique the single player of Red Dead Redemption 2. The only problem is, I think no one ever said, yourself included, that the story is as bad as some people say it is, alright? Moving on.
And the prologue where you play as a totally different character because, well, you know. I'm sure most of you know what happens by now, even if you've never played the game. But I won't spoil, because I'll end up with another angry mob chasing me again.
Okay, Pyrerealm, one thing that actually is pissing me off about this particular video, your reaction to actual criticism from your viewers. Now, spoiler warning right here for people who haven't finished the game, just skip ahead on the time on the screen, please. But Pyrerealm, please stop being a dick about people giving you either feedback or critique something you did, because it's fucking plain and simple. You kinda did fuck up. Because you know what, you actually spoiled the game for me as well. Now the thing is, it's also my own fault. I should not trust in people because they are either being absolute dicks and just spoil it on purpose, or like yourself, spoil the game on accident. But in my case, I wanted to figure out what kind of content had already been created so I don't accidentally copy other YouTubers. Now in my playthrough, I got back from Guarma, Arthur got sick, and that's around the time I went on YouTube when I stumbled on your video and seeing you play as John Marston. And the fact is, it doesn't take a genius to add 1 and 2 together, but again, it's also my fault. But it would have been nice for you to be considerate with what video material you use, just to make sure you don't surprise buttsex people who have been waiting for years for this game to come out. But like I said, I am as much as fault. I should have known better. But goddamn, man, why you gotta be a dick about it every time? I mean, this isn't the first time. After using John Marston footage for the first time in one of your videos without any warning, you posted this in your next video. No RDR2 spoilers ahead, unless you count someone playing as John Marston as a spoiler, but that is stupid because some people immediately think that just because you're playing as him, the previous character dies. Now, I won't confirm nor deny that, but seriously, GTA 5 has multiple characters. Who's to say RDR2 doesn't have this feature? Think about that before you get triggered and call me a dickwad next time. Pyrerealm, what kind of response is this? The people watching your videos are actually your fans. They want to be informed with Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, they want to be entertained, and these people are voicing some complaints on your videos, and this is how you respond.
He ruined the game for us.
He spoiled the game for us.
Like, this passive-aggressive bullshit, that is something you need to drop. That attitude needs to go, man, because it's not the first time that I've seen this on your channel. Like, I am subscribed to you. I watch your stuff. I like your stuff. What I don't like is the passive-aggressive shit you post in your 50-paragraph community post about videos don't performing well, and you kind of blame your audience for that, or how everyone should just get the fuck out and watch One Spot Gaming. Don't be like that, man. This is not some attack on you, because again, I like your videos and you're not a bad guy at all, and maybe I am the only one who noticed this, well, behavior. Who knows? It's just something I observed and it's something I kind of wanted to share.
This game controls like arse. It's one of the worst games I've ever played because of it. I'm not kidding. Rockstar prioritized the game to have the best visuals possible, but in the process they sacrificed the playability of the game, and thus the fun.
So this argument I have issues with, obviously, because he is kind of claiming that this is the worst game he has ever played, which is, well, quite the statement for a game that is nearly deemed universally as a fucking masterpiece. He thinks that controls and graphics go hand in hand. Now, true, at 60 FPS your gameplay experience will be smoother and, well, better. That is just kind of like undeniable. It makes the game feel more responsive, and especially in something that's like action-packed and, well, has shooter mechanics, 60 FPS would be freaking fantastic, as you can see on PC. Now, I'm going to back Pyrerealm Gaming on this topic though, because I too have voiced similar complaints a lot of the time. And gameplay-wise, one of the major gripes I have with Red Dead Redemption 2 is how sluggish it feels. And this has nothing to do with the pace of the game. I know the game is meant to be played at a different pace. It's much slower, it's much more realistic, but the most simple tasks become chores in Red Dead Redemption 2. For instance, try opening a cabinet. Rockstar designed beautiful animations. You have to slot into place, you bend over, you open a drawer, you grab something out, you repeat. Now, this doesn't sound like a bad thing, but it all moves so slow. Looting corpses, you first have to slowly slot into the perfect position to start the animation sequence, then a set amount of animations happen before you actually picked up and looted the corpse. Getting in cover, same situation. Doing tasks around the camp, packing things up, a lot of things just don't feel responsive and natural at all. The realism of it all is great and I really love it. But to put this as simple as I can, you can clearly tell that the moment you start doing one of these things, that the game is taken over from you to show how beautiful the animation and the level of realism is in RDR2. The game is dragging you out of the experience of being in control just to show you how much detail there is in this game. But yeah, that has nothing to do with the fucking graphics or frames per second, but it's just animations that bug me, really. I thought I'd give my 2 cents here. Moving on.
Well, let's take a look at what you ultimately do in Red Dead Redemption 2. You ride horses, and you shoot things, plus a few other things, but on the most part you will spend a large majority of the time riding horses and shooting people.
This is a game about being cowboys. Yes, you ride horses. Yes, you shoot things. And also, yes, you can get in saloons. Yes, you can groom your horse, you can hunt, you can cook, you can enjoy the story, you can explore the enormous open world, you can meet interesting characters, you can do side quests, you can uncover mysteries, find Easter eggs, delve deeper into the lore of the world, maybe do some bounty hunting, hunt legendary animals. Pyrerealm, what game have you been playing exactly? And besides that, this is a game about cowboys. What did you really expect? Instead of pointing out the flaws in the only 2 game mechanics this game apparently has, which is shooting and riding horses, why don't you give some examples of what you think this game should have instead?
Moving on to shooting, the other major thing that you do in Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, because of the emphasis on graphics and realism, and thus the low frame rate of 20 most of the time, this results in quite possibly the laggiest gaming experience I've ever seen. So, gunfights end up being played as follows. You encounter an enemy, you stand still for the best accuracy, you aim, push up on the right thumbstick for about 3/10 to half a second to aim perfectly at the head without fail, fire, next enemy.
Yes, I legit agree with Pyrerealm here. In single player, I actually really like the shooting. I don't mind having a more casual, laid-back experience with aim assist and whatnot. However, in online, it's actually the most boring shooter you can ever play, and it has so many issues. And I'm not saying the most boring shooter for dramatic purposes. It is actually the worst shooter that I've ever played in my life. Roblox Phantom Forces has better shooting mechanics than Red Dead Redemption 2. The lock-on is way too strong. Everyone basically has aimbot. Besides that, Rockstar fucked up the balancing completely by adding ability cards in. A low-level player, besides having a gear disadvantage, also is leagues behind on someone who has played for a full year. Now, of course, progression is good. The sense of accomplishing more and getting better is good, but not if it fucks up the entire balance of the game. Like, you are facing superhumans who got a fucking bulletproof top hat. That's why I fucking hate Red Dead Online. Like, Rockstar put so much effort in the realism of RDR2 just to throw it all out of the window with Red Dead Online. Now, the rest of Pyre's video actually makes a bunch of sense. Like, he talks about Red Dead Online not getting the same treatment as GTA Online, about all the issues in the game. Nah, but goddamn, ladies and gentlemen, I just had a pitch in here. Now, if you want the full critique of Red Dead Online, please check out the pinned comment for a video on my channel of all the things that I absolutely love about the game. So it's worth checking that shit out. And with that all being said, goodbye and subscribe. And thank you for the lovely sponsors. Mwah. Bye-bye.